Greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the May 24, 2025 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask you to click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word saint spelled backwards. And today my co-hosts are Brother Walk, host of Sex Talk with Walk Thursday at 9 p.m. We got Brother Afro Agnostics, co-star of Objective Deconstruction, happening at 10:30 later on. We got Student X, star of Mutant Politics, live from the Carjo. And we got infamous El Poo, star of Spin That Back. And we got in the ether, we got Mr. Floyd X, and also, we got in spirit, First Lady J. She's taking care of some stuff, so we holding you down, sister. Let's start it off, brother.
Hey, real quick, you about to say the boss man, so I could play my little new clip I got up here.
See, I'm a boss. I'm not with that. It's never nothing no more. Like, I look like a boss, I feel like a boss, I taste like a boss, nigga. Max Bigger Val. Fuck out of here.
I'm trying to use that.
What's going on?
Who was that? Mickey? What's his name?
Max B.
Max B.
In that prison now, here in maximum security.
Yeah.
Max B.
That's a good one for it.
Mr. Walk, welcome back, brother. How you doing there?
I'm good. You see my headline. Tory shot Meg, and I'm ready. You see, Tory, you getting another hat flipping. Life-size image of Tory. Yes. Let's go. I'm good.
Mr. Floyd X gonna be mad at you.
I absolutely disagree with that.
Let's move on.
What's going on with you, Afro Agnostic?
Man, I'm good. I have to say I have to second Walk there, but I'm gonna keep it short because I see we have a long agenda. But what's up, world? Ready to get it going, get it crack-a-lacking.
That's what's up. Student X, what's going on with you, my brother? 6'5", 250. Do I get it right?
Yes, sir. That's it right there, brother. Look. Free Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no!
Damn. He on that Candace Owens thing. Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
What the hell? Wait a minute. What?
I know. What?
Go ahead.
Hey,
you dropped that bomb. That makes me want to investigate. I don't know if I want to investigate. What's going on?
I kind of agree with him. I kind of agree. I watched that whole thing. Shit.
Hey, shout out to Mark Cram Carm, the 6. What's going on with you, brother? Out there in Florida. And infamous El Poo, what it do?
Oh, blessed and happy to be here once again. And free Big U.
Lord.
That's what's up. That's definitely better than free and Weinstein. But that having been said, let's get to the
good, right? Yeah.
Exactly. Him and Tory Lanez. So first up, rest in peace, George Wendt. Norm from Cheers. Now, I gotta tell you, Cheers is one of my favorite shows. Watching it pretty much every Thursday for a long stretch of my life. I was watching it last night, starting from the very beginning. And, this show was just a very special show to me. His character was a very intriguing character. Just the respect that he commanded when he walked into the bar. So, that's what's up, So, rest in peace to that brother. He's a big part of my.
When did he walk in the bar? He was always there.
No, I was about to say that.
He was a permanent fixture. He was a permanent fixture of the bar.
Yeah.
Like, when the bar closed, he was still in there.
That's true. But no, one of his signature dynamics was the fact that he walked in and everybody screamed Norm. So that you can't take that away from that. That was a big part of being Norm. Because no one else got that. Hey, no one else got that. Go ahead, Walt.
But you know what that is? That's why I used to love that show. You appreciate it more the older you got. Because I used to trip like, what is the mailman? What are they doing just hanging out on the bar all day? And I figured it out when I got married. They didn't want to go home.
Man, that was it. That was it.
Horn. Give him a horn, Mr. Floyd. got something to say about this brother Afro Agnostics? Did you watch Cheers?
I agree with 100%. That was, like, because my question, where their wives at? Where their kids at? They was.
Grown ups getting away. What about you, Mr. Student X? Did you used to watch Cheers?
Yeah, I saw an episode or two, bro. But hell, I haven't saw The Sopranos. I haven't saw a whole lot of shows. The Wire, you know what I mean? So
wow, Wire. Hey, I ain't seen The Sopranos either, but yeah, wow, Wire.
Yeah, I saw a few episodes of The Wire and everything and whatnot, and everything. So I'm not really, always up on the TV shows and whatnot. But I know he was loved, and one of the favorite characters on the show. So, R.I.P.
That's what's up.
Rest in peace, Norm. This is for you, baby. Early in the morning.
There you go.
I'm only doing this because of Norm.
All right. So what we got up next? NBA playoffs. Yeah, well, boy.
Hey, we just wanted to use it so we can show Stephen A getting clown. Let me run the clip real quick. If you missed it, they was covering the Knicks versus the Boston Celtics, and the Knicks won that series. And then after the game, this is what happened. Where's the clip? Let me roll that clip. Damn, where's it? Here we go. He gets violated.
Last time the Knicks were in this position, I was in college. I was coming off the Final Four. Your hairline was right here the last time the Knicks were here. I never had a hairline. And I never had a hairline, but they never had to edge me up like this. And he just
Clown.
Good job.
Hey, shout out to Richard Jefferson, man, because like the OGs, man, like look, as soon as I had a braid that didn't connect, right back here, I just took it all off. I wasn't holding on to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't go through those stages, that some of these other dudes do that hold on way too long, you know what I mean? But shout out, there's a sister out of Atlanta, that got a product that says that, she be helping. They're talking about is inflammatory folliculitis or something. You know what I mean? So the bros want to look into that, and do something about it. Go ahead and check her out. Sister out of Atlanta.
Hey, tell her to give me a call, brother. Yeah. But see, I got the hat on because I ain't cut my hair in a few days. See? Come on, Stephen, they get it together. Yeah. And good job for clowning that sucker, that coon, like that. Yeah.
Hey man, he might be our next president. So anyways, but
hey, the state of the Democrat Party, you might be right. You know what I mean? In terms of at least a nominee.
I like his position on Ryan Clark though. Kind of bringing that into it.
Oh yeah. Hey, let's talk about that situation. Briefly, let's bring up the Ryan Clark RG3 situation. You know about those particulars, Afro Agnostics?
Well, I mean, I guess it was all precipitated by RG3. He claimed to be making sports commentation or critique of Angel Reese and the dynamic between her and Caitlin Clark, especially in the last game that they had. But he claimed, that he was just keeping it sports in his analysis. But no, it was outside of sports. It was racial. He characterized her as emotional, obsessed with Caitlin Clark. She's so emotional and all of that stuff, and she's full of hate. She hates. I don't know what makes him go beyond the norm.
She hates her.
I mean, bro, he didn't say nothing. Hey, he didn't say nothing wrong. You know what I mean? I felt the same way before I even
Wait a second. Wait.
You said what?
We still got to get to the turn. There's a turn to this story.
Let me lay my argument around that real quick. I mean, for one, that was very selectively applied. We can see, he said it was hate beyond rivalry. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you go psychoanalyze somebody and know what's in their head? There's no reason to assume. We've seen much worse. When we look back at sport documentaries, we see about look at Ohio State and Michigan. I mean, that was hate. Auburn Hill, Alabama, Ali, Frazier. Come on, that was way more antagonistic, way more, and it makes for a good sport. So why are you even selectively critiquing Angel Reese in regards to this? And I agree with Ryan Clark's analysis. You're not surrounded by Black female athletes that can give you more insight into what they face. And like, you don't know the hate mail that Angel Reese received. We don't know how she's been villainized in the sports world already, prior to even becoming pro. So no, absolutely, Brian RG3 crossed the line first. And
you
to be honest, Brian Clark's analysis was very sober to me. It was very sober. It was very objective.
But you left out a big part. He said not only you don't have that insight, you don't have that insight about black women, married to all with all them white women that you do. So that was the big turn. Go ahead, brother Student X, what you want to say?
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that, but honestly, when I saw the clip in its full entirety, and before I even heard RG3 comments, my first impression was like, damn, Angel Reese don't like her at all. You know what I mean? Because just looking at like the vitriol of such a routine play, when initially she fouled, a player, and then now she has a free lane to go do a layup, and then the white girl Caitlin Clark makes a basketball play, strips the ball, as she's going up and make sure she fouls her to make sure that she doesn't make the shot. You know what I mean? And then to see how she, Angel Reese just started going after her like that. You know what I mean? I was shocked. I was shocked. You know what I mean? By the whole thing. You know what I mean? And so I didn't think, he said anything out of bounds. Or it was racial or anything like that. I think he just was making an observation.
I think what he said that was out of bounds when he said it was beyond the normal rivalry hate. You think Jordan and like Bill Laimbeer can sit in the same room? They still hate each other, man. Joe Frazier had tears coming out of his eyes 40 years later after the Thriller in Manila. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, this is just normal sports, though. He took it outside of sports.
When I first saw that play, I thought she did like
I would disagree, bro. That's all I'm saying. I would disagree with that.
Hey, but still next. When I first saw that play, I thought that was like a hard foul. I thought it looked like she just like pushed her down and stuff like that. And NBA players, they get riled up once they feel like someone's kind of punking them or something like that. So that's what I thought it was. Now I did see on replay that I'm like, oh, it doesn't look like she like pushed her down. I thought it was retaliatory. But then looking at the replay, I was like, oh, she was just sort of like making a play, and it just kind of happened like that. But she could have thought that she pushed her down. So I'm saying there was probably much more to it. Did you see the play, El Poo? Oh, go ahead, Walk. Go ahead, Walk. No, go Walk.
Good. Let El Poo.
No, I didn't even see it. Go ahead, Walk.
Well, Ryan. This is Ryan Clark versus RG3. Ryan Clark, he know RG3. He's a Snow Bunny lover, and that's all he deal with his whole life. And he's like, how you commenting on a sister to go far and to say she hates her? See, it's a bigger dynamic to this. You're saying that black women hate white women because of the brothers with the white women. That's what a lot of people. That's what I feel. I get where I was kind of getting pissed off at for him coming at that hard and heavy on it. It ain't no hate. They got basketball rivalry. These two players are bringing a lot to the sport, which is the WNBA. So ain't no hate. They had a play. She got a horn foul against her. She got up. She bucked up. That's why I like what Angel Reese said. She said it was a foul. It got called. That's it. She was not trying to play into it anymore. Now, I want to say one more thing about the WNBA. I went to a WNBA game before. Me and my date, we got there during the end of the third quarter, and we're watching the game, and we was like, damn, we think we got here a little too early.
Ouch. I knew he had the mic too long. But I'm about to give him the mic again. Go ahead. You're gonna tell us about Papoose and Remy Ma. Go ahead. What you got to say about that?
Oh, Papoose and Remy Ma, they going through their thing, their divorce. He held her down like a sucker for 6 years while she did her 6-year bid. He stuck there. See, I'm telling you, women don't respect these. No pun to you, nice guy. They don't respect the nice guy. But that's what happened. He held her down for 6 years. Visit her every week. She was tired of his ass. You come here every weekend. Then she get out. She on her thing. She getting her groove back. He wait. But anyway, so that's what happened. So now Papoose finally, he claps back because she's been going in on him. She's been talking bad because he moved on with Larissa Shield. He got him a new chick who prominent younger, doing her thing. Then she called my nigga broke. Remy Ma called Papoose broke, living off chicks and stuff like that. I think it was a bad idea for Papoose to even clap back or even say anything. He should have kept it stoic and silent like he been doing. Now he done jumped in the mud with her, with all the goofy, and it's just aired out all they dirty laundry. Not cool, but that's what's going on. But not a, you shouldn't have said nothing, Pap.
I don't think it's intelligent to choose sides in this conflict. It's an interpersonal conflict. It seems on the surface, and then it's going to be echoed in the manosphere that, you know, Papoose did X, Y, and Z for her. She's unthankful. She's ungrateful. But honestly, we don't know the inner workings of a relationship. We don't know what was done prior, during. You know, there's this presumption that one person was the giver and the other person was the taker. One person was the bad person. But we don't know. These are interpersonal relationships. But yeah.
But they put it on display for the public. So how do we even know about it? You know what I mean? You know,
I agree. I agree they put it out there. But as far as like who's, you know, like the manosphere naturally takes Papoose side. And maybe some feminists would take Remy Ma. I'm just saying, I think it's objective to just kind of evaluate and not take a side.
No, we know what happened. He held her down. They had a whole series. They had a reality show. He held her down. They had a baby together. Then she started a battle rap league, and then got with he looked like Papoose little broke ass brother or something. No, she downgraded. Quit playing. So it ain't the manosphere. She did some foul, and all the black sisters are rocking with what happened. It's a lot of sisters that's looking for men, black men, and she had a good one.
No, I don't. No, I don't blame.
She slutted herself out, bro. That's what.
Yeah, but I'm saying the assumption is that he was faithful to her and she wasn't. We don't know that. We don't know. You feel like
you're right. We don't necessarily know what Papoose was doing, but for all intents and purposes, Walker's right that we do know what she's doing just by virtue of the fact how this Easy to Block Captain thing came out. So I'm just saying that they were on a reality TV show, so we actually do have a lot more information, but we don't have all the information. Really, we shouldn't even be speculating or stuff like that. But
well, we do know one thing. She said Papoose was broke, right? She left him for a broker dude.
Ouch.
Horn.
Very rarely does.
We do know that. Yeah.
Student next, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I'm about to say it's very rare that, you know, when a woman is in a relationship with a high value man, that she ends up with another high value man, you know what I mean? And goes up. Usually they go down. I mean, there's exceptions rather, like your girl, you know, what was her name? The one with I can't even think the brother's name. The one that was with PJ Washington that was doing all type of Instagram stuff, you know what I mean? That's dressing like a Muslim now.
Brittany Griner, you know what I mean? So she upgraded, right? You know, in her situation to a degree. If you call a basketball player, you know, to a rapper, an upgrade and whatnot and everything. What's my sister, man? Oh man, the sister from back in the day, man, Russell Simmons' ex. They get the two children. Kamora Lee. She stayed along a certain path, you know what I mean? So it's just interesting. Usually, I mean, that's just not the case. There's always going to be a downgrade, you know, usually.
Student, every situation you named was a downgrade. Every situation you just named was a downgrade. Renner, Kevin Gates and Renner. That's a downgrade. Quit playing. Well, how did you say
from PJ Washington? From PJ Washington?
Floyd Ace, what did you say about Kevin Gates? What's perfect for Kevin Gates?
I remember.
He needs to be thrown in the trash. Demora Lee Simmons, she downgraded to an actor. She had Russell Simmons. That's the downgrade, bro. He looked at her.
Yeah, that's money.
He downgraded money.
Downgraded
money. I don't know if it's
hold on. Is this a gender thing?
That's all that matters when it comes to that.
Talking about people that come together unequally, like whether the other person is of higher value in terms of wealth. Does that work both ways, or are you just saying it works one way And I
It
don't.
works
I mean,
one way.
I've
With
studies on
women,
this.
it's money. With us, it's physical looks. Like I can get a chick from work at damn Target, and I was with Kamora Lee Sims, and she looked better. Guess who winning? That's just what it is. That's just the truth.
What's the truth?
So, Joey Badass. Let's move on.
Rap Wars 3. Joey Badass. He killed the West Coast according to the East Coast people. He killed the West Coast. He calling Kendrick out. Kendrick had 24 hours to respond. He didn't respond. So all the young West Coast people coming at Joey Badass, and everybody they talking about Joey Badass won.
Man, look here, man. Look, first of all, Joey Badass is exploiting the rapper of 2024, the rapper of the year, Kendrick Lamar. That's why the first song he came out with was directly at Kendrick. He's just exploiting that fame because he's just in the drop after his little hiatus. Man, Kendrick Lamar on tour, man. He ain't got time. He's a rapper of the year, man. He just did the Super Bowl, just won the Grammy Best Rap Song of the Year, man. So, nah, man, you got a lot more to do. He ain't even got to respond. Hey, like LeBron and Kevin Gates, he ain't got to respond to them peasants.
I like that. Yeah, slick peasants. I listened to the Joey Badass response because he's also beefing with the battle rapper Daylight. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I only know like 2 songs of Joey Badass. I went through his catalog. It was some songs I'm playing like, oh, I didn't know he did that one. He did that. Oh, I thought he was on the Muslim tip or the positive energy. He really talking that grimy stuff, but we don't believe you, Joey Badass, even with your music. So he comes back and he rapping against Kendrick Lamar. To me, it's just a clout chase. If Kendrick Lamar responds, it will be similar to like what KRS-One said about MC Shan. Them responding elevated my career. If they didn't respond, you might not never heard of me after the South Bronx. Just being honest. There is no reason for K-Dot to even say nothing to this dude.
Hey, yo, Kendrick. Joey Badass had dissed you, bro. What you got to say?
Exactly. Someone mentioned that he was on the Power Universe. I was like, oh, that's where I know that guy from. I don't even know his songs. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
And the song to me that's slapping in a few, because I mean they got Ab Soul involved, they got like you said, Walk Daylight, but the other dude, I forget, he got a nice little slapper from the West Coast.
Ab Soul.
No, not Ab Soul, but it was the other dude.
Ab Soul, Daylight, and it's one more. Yeah, there's one more on it. Joey Badass.
Starts with an R. I forget, man, his name.
All right,
but anyway, his song is slapping.
It's not important. Kendrick Lamar won. Kendrick Lamar won without even responding.
Okay, that was a win. Let's talk about some losing right here. So, you know, we got an update on the Diddy trial. So, speaking of rappers, rapper Kid Cudi was on the stand talking about his little incident with Diddy, and it was kind of crazy because he said he thought that Diddy and Cassie were done, so he was like hooking up with her and stuff like that. I mean, you know, honestly, there's some issues there, Walk. But you know, Diddy got upset about it. Diddy basically broke into his house, opened up his gifts, you know, locked his dog in the closet. I mean, you know, I'm just telling you.
I'd have been mad at that. That would have pissed me off. I'm gonna say this real quick. I remember my son. Because my dog's he got the key to the house, he came in and he pushed my dog like that. I said, hey, he live here. You visiting. That shit pissed me off. But go ahead. Oh, yeah.
No, that's it. Honestly, that's the setup for you. Because I'm just saying that, you know, he picked the right one. I don't understand how that dude is still alive. I mean, you know, it was funny when he's talking about how he went to meet up with him at a hotel and he's sitting there looking out the window like a Marvel supervillain. I mean, you know, it's just there was some crazy stuff going on. He's talking about
damn well. You know, Diddy was not alone. You know, Diddy is gooned up. Diddy got people with licensed registered pistols. Yeah, he was super villain. It's more to the story. They could have did Kid Cudi dirty if you would. You think Kid Cudi would have came home like no big deal? That's why when he called him, he knew he was in the house. Diddy like, let me get up out of here. They already know.
Yeah, I mean, and then this is, you know, the prosecution. Yeah, Diddy is cooked because they're trying to establish a pattern of intimidation, a pattern of violence, threats, bribery, and that right there really corroborates because it syncs right with the video with Cassie. And soon later, they're going to leak the media stuff that he had recorded and these other allegations of him threatening to release video on people. So this is going to fit right into the racketeering, the sex trafficking conviction. I mean, they're trying to the claim that they're making, that they're trying to convict them of. So that's what this is all about.
Oh, he's cooked on the sex trafficking. Just the fact that once you hire this prostitute from this area and bring to this other period, you know, that's trafficking. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's black and white. You got something to say about this student X? Oh, so you might be having some audio.
One second, brother. I'm just coming back in the conversation.
And that's male or female, because the what's it called? Sledgehammer. What was the guy? The porn star dude, the stripper. His name,
the Punisher. The Punisher.
The Punisher. The Punisher was sex trafficked.
Yeah,
and he got on the stand already and said that they flew him out there for a certain party. Diddy, wait, hold on. Let me talk to them. Let me take my Diddy. What? Diddy? This a 50-plus-year-old dude. You got beautiful children. What? Come here, man. Come holler at your boy, man. Wait, let me talk to Diddy. What's your fucking problem?
Take that.
I got one for Diddy too.
Ouch. Yeah.
Now don't think of life sentence.
You got something to say about this infamous? There you go. Shout out to JC. What's going on with you, brother? Original founding father Focus Up show.
You said sex trafficking, bribery, corruption, all this old type stuff. Are we talking about Diddy or Trump?
Ouch. Yeah, we'll be talking about him soon enough. You know what? Let's
you're gonna get another comment. You're gonna get another comment.
Yeah, Mark brought that up. Somebody banged on infamous El Poo. You know, we all get banged on in the comments, and honestly, we appreciate it. You know, as long as you give us that view, you know, you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, like, subscribe, comment, because we do read all the comments. Like the ones about me be totally weird, and I be want to block y'all, but these guys be want to keep y'all. Mark Forum from Florida, I've been wanting to block you, but we do appreciate you watching the show. Everybody, we salute. Yeah.
La Brea Trucking for all of your trucking needs. East Coast to West Coast, West Coast to East Coast, North to South, South to West. Call the brother. You saw the number at the end. You need something delivered or moved from one area to the other. Call that brother. La Brea Trucking.
That is gobealive.org. Go get you some of that black honey. And if you want it in person, go to the Petty Vice in Venice or to the Afro City Marketplace at the Crenshaw Mall.
Score Bar and Lounge, 7123 Franklin Boulevard. Go watch the playoff game at the Score Bar and Lounge. They got karaoke. They got a comedy show coming up. Go to the website, their Facebook page. Go check them out. Go support. It's a black-owned bar, black-owned business. Go support.
Sex talk will walk. Yeah!
Goodness.
Damn it.
Yeah! We live, baby! Every Thursday.
Turn up the dial, it's 10:30. Be back. Spin that back show, all the classics on track. From 79 to 99, we're crossing the gap. Album reviews, little known facts, hip hop intact. Saturday morning.
Spin That Back show, Saturdays, 10:30, right here on the Focus Up Network. We won't be on today because we're going to have, what we going to have today, y'all?
Objective deconstruction.
Okay, yes, sir. We're going to deconstruct that formula in the back of Afro Agnostics right there.
6 plus 6 is 40. No, I'm just
That's
kidding.
that formula for how the terror's going to work.
All right, real quick, I want to do a particularly special announcement. Our brother, salute to our brother Snapper Seafood over there out there in Richmond. He's trying to raise money. He come down with an illness apparently, and been running Snapper Seafood for a very long time. So he's trying to raise some money to support the brother to help him recover through this illness, so he can continue to run a business where he hire black folks. And he got 2 trucks that he drive around, and he do catering. Salute. If you're in the Richmond area, out there in the Bay, go support, go buy you a plate. That will also help. So salute to our brother Jabari.
Man, my boy showing, he's showing it like he got 2 trucks. He rocking. So that's big business right there. Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Salute to that brother.
All right. Where we at, Mr. Nice Guy?
All right, so before we get into the South African thing, where I was trying to get to before the break, let's talk about this plantation.
Nottoway
So, yeah.
Plantation fire.
So I believe this plantation is in Louisiana, and
Yep,
for some
New Orleans.
reason, New Orleans, and people are been using it for like weddings and all type of stuff like that, And a lot of black people have been pretty much like, let that mother effer burn, you know what I'm saying? So, we're not particularly too burnt up about this, no pun intended. So I'm just, it kind of is what it is. But yeah, this is a big thing that went down. Looked like the plantation from Django, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looked like a movie. Like that don't even. I thought it was a fake picture, but yeah, that's really what happened. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's
I can say a few
Burn.
words. I don't know.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, my thing too with the Nottoway, the girl just gave me. Okay, with the Nottoway plantation is that I don't see how you can condemn. There was whitewashing of history because it served as a museum. They whitewashed antebellum history, slavery history, and everything. But also, as you mentioned, it operated as a jail, a place where people got weddings, were married and so forth. And none of these proceeds go to black people, even though black people literally, slave labor literally built that plantation. And as far as the people who condemn this plantation, I don't see how you can condemn this plantation and not condemn the White House. That's why I have problems with people who have respect for the office and all this stupid reverence for the president, all that. I think that, like Obama, for instance, Obama will always be in my book a minor of a man, because I don't see how you can go in that White House. You see Trump retrofitted the White House to his liking, and you got those pictures of people who owned your ancestors. That to me is just like, if we're going to condemn Nottoway, we have to condemn Monticello too. That's Thomas Jefferson's, which was comparable. I mean, the difference in slave population on East Plantation was like 20 or 30. So I'm saying this is United States history. We must move away from 1776. We got to go more into Reconstruction era, if anything. So, but that's my of it.
Yeah, he's right about that. You're right about that. Obama should have painted the White House black. Like he said.
This is the wrong sex or gender. Okay.
The hypocrisy. Yeah, the hypocrisy, it's so deep that, I got to comment on it. And you know, and people are so quick to condemn, you know, some of these things, you know, but some of the more basic things that are under our control, you know, we don't do. For example, you know, most of us wear literally the slave master's name. You see what I'm saying? Your last name. You know what I mean? You know, oftentimes that's not your last name. You know what I mean? You know, yet that's something that you wear, and like you said, then we start, you know, now we start talking about statues and everything else. Look, man, you know, you know how I feel about things is that we have the opportunity right now, you know, to seize power and control. A lot of our whole future is up to us and what we do, not only as an individual basis, but you know, there is going to be some type of a group collective, you know, that comes together, you know, then we have that, you know, in our arsenal too, you know what I mean? You know, but you know, this out here in Sacramento, they have, you know, black folks have been going to, I don't know if it's still around, Floyd, maybe you can let me update us on it, but it was a spot called the Plantation that many, you know, Negroes, if you will, love to go eat at, you know what I mean, and break bread at, you know what I mean, you know, and so that was like a place of endearment and affection, you know, at least to the population here, you know, but like I said, I definitely appreciate the irony, you know, how you brought up the fact that the White House, of course, you know, that is, you know, ultimately a plantation, if you will, and it was built by, you know, slave labor, if you will, you know, so. And it's just the hypocrisy on all sides. It's so rampant.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think one thing.
Hey, wait, real quick. Hey, so next, if the Plantation at bar restaurant, if it's in OSAC, Floyd's been there. That's all he's going to bring you to. OSAC, I'll be there live. Oh my God. I've been coming here for 20 years.
Next time you're in town, bro, let me know, man. I'll show you some spots. I
think one thing we can do, I'm sure that place is insured and that it was such an attraction that it will be rebuilt. One thing we can do is demand reparations for Black people in Louisiana, those generations that go back, and also those generations that were sharecroppers. They should be the people profiting from the proceeds from the tourism that goes there instead of going to the state of Louisiana in general. And then also, one thing that we are doing right now is we're boycotting Target and Walmart, and they've dropped sales since last year. I think almost 3 percentage points in their sales, and I don't know how much since the boycott began. But we are doing things, and I disagree that, you know, the names that we have are necessarily the slave master's name. If you read Booker T. Washington's book, Up from Slavery, he talks about, there's a piece where he talks about Black people named themselves after slavery. They did use English names, but they chose those names themselves. Like, that's why Jackson and Johnson are just 70% of people with the last name Jackson and Johnson are Black people. For whatever reason, Black people like that name. So they chose that name. That was one of the first things Black people did after slavery was they dropped slave masters' names and they named themselves. And we see evidence of that just in Black culture now. Shaniqua, things that we try to make pejorative and try to make fun of, but those are actually us expressing self-determination in naming ourselves.
Yeah, that's the first name. You know, we're talking about
real quick.
Slave name.
I have a comment because I'm streaming live on Facebook. We got our friend, the Mad Loke. The Mad Loke, he says, if the problem with the Plantation is that it wasn't a museum per se. So they was profiting. One family was only profiting. It wasn't for everybody, like how Brother Agnostic was saying. Yeah. So it's just one particular person making money and not the fucking community and the slaves who suffered on that damn plantation.
And I want to add something. Wait a second.
I want to ask Afro a question after you're done, bro.
So when we talk about stuff like this, because like, for example, I'm always tell you that the American flag to me is a Jolly Roger, because, you know, I that's the way I look at it. But, you know, when Afro-Ignots has brought up, you know, some things do get repurposed. And I feel like repurposing is a path to treating something differently. I don't think that, you know, the what you call it, the plantation was repurposed. So that's why, to me, it gets treated differently than something else. But go ahead. What were you about to say, Student X?
Well, no, I was going to ask Afro in terms of, he was saying something about making like a demand for reparations. I mean, what does this demand look like? You know what I mean? And where and what where's the leverage, that we have to make a demand, and then expect, that someone would capitulate to that demand.
Hold on a second before you respond to that. Before you respond to that, that's a good question. I'm gonna ask that you respond to that in the comments because we're kind of running out of time. Let's get to the South African, the situation that happened with President Trump and the president of South Africa. So you got a video that you want to play for us, Mr. Floyd X?
6'5", 240.
Yeah. Let me get that video. First, I'm gonna play the original video of it.
What would you like President Ramaphosa to do?
And turn the lights down. Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you. Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission from you, from the president, from no one. We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are.
So if y'all didn't catch that, he was at the White House with the president, and then they was having a regular conversation. Then he just jumped into the, hey, throw that clip on, throw it on that clip. It was never done before in the White House. He put up a propaganda piece, which by most people's account is propaganda. He was trying to make it like it was the government that was talking like that, and the government is pushing white farmers out of the country, which is all lies, and they have people to discount it, fact checkers who are fact checking it. And then let me switch it up to the video where the guy disproves or he shows proof that it's not real.
This is Donald Trump holding up an image he falsely claimed showed white South Africans being buried. It's actually a screen grab from Reuters video taken in the Democratic Republic of Congo on February 3rd, 2025.
Look, here's burial sites all over the place. These are all white farmers that are being buried.
He falsely presented the image as evidence of mass killings of white Afrikaners during a meeting with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa.
If there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here.
The video, verified by our fact-check team, actually showed humanitarian workers lifting body bags in the Congolese city of Goma following deadly battles with M23 rebels.
Go ahead.
So these cats basically repurpose video and create the narrative that they want. So a lot of this evidence, a lot of this propaganda, these are coming from sort of like white nationalists, hate groups that are circulating this stuff. And for some reason, they got a free pass to Trump. He sees it and he just puts it out there like it's the gospel truth. I mean, it's just like the picture with the MS-13 that's clearly photoshopped on top of it. I mean, but he just wants to sit there and argue about this when an interviewer is trying to give him a free pass and he wants to basically dig himself deeper.
So it's no free pass. Wait, hold on. I don't. See, y'all think like Trump just some old ass dude like Joe Biden who didn't know shit going on. Y'all think Trump is really just like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to say. He know what it is. He's feeding his base, which is the white nationalists and all the people, the fringe, right on the crazy folks. He's feeding them a little, throwing them a bomb. But he's doing stuff for American citizens that's going to benefit us later. So he's been doing that his whole political career. Come on now. And that's why the president of Africa was looking at him like, this nigga on some bullshit. But he know, Donald Trump know that this is bullshit, but he just feeding his base. The Democrats don't feed their base. You know what their base is? All their supporters all these years. Just vote for a Democrat. We don't even know who on there. We don't care.
Well, I definitely agree that he's feeding his base, which, racist, neo-Nazi base. And that's why would you want to, people who feed racists are racist. And I would just say really quick that it's really hard. Like that dynamic is really, I mean, it's really telling. Like you can't really understand that little dynamic that happened between his Minister of Agriculture, the President Ramaphosa, and that which occurred, and also the video they were playing with the leader of EFF, and let you understand the liberation history of South Africa. Just in short, I will say like the ANC was started in 1912. Their very first apartheid didn't happen until the 50s. Their very first campaign was land reform. They were campaigning against the Land Act, which relegated Black people to only 6% of non-arable land in South Africa, and the white people had 94%. So speed up to today, white people still control 80% of the land, and they're 8% of the population still. That dynamic that was before apartheid, and the tension, that land thing that was never resolved, is still being played out today, which you see right here in the White House. You have to really understand the history of South Africa, the history of the ANC. Homeboy was on the Martin Luther King end of it. The EFC is a descendant of the Pan-African Congress, which broke off from the ANC. But it's a long, convoluted, complicated history, but the land question still has not been resolved, and that's the issue that exists today. EFC is not a minority group. They got 39 seats. They got millions in membership, and they're growing fast. So, you know, that notion that the president puts out is just not false. The president of South Africa, Ramaphosa.
Student next. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah. First of all, you know, I knew Afro was going to cover, you know, the history, and I'm thankful for that. You know, that was a pretty, I would say, a great explanation, you know, of bringing us to where we're at. Now, the points I want to bring up and remind people is that, you know, yes, President Trump was serving his base, but what people don't understand is that, you know, those white races and whatnot, you know, that many consider to be a part of his base, you know, those are the residual beneficiaries of this whole dialogue. The real, you know, people, you know, that, you know, was that he was benefiting, you know, if you will, and speaking for, was for the Zionists, you know, because what people what they forget, if they knew at all, is it was South Africa that brought Israel to the ICC and charged them with genocide. You know, and so this was a way for Trump to get back, you know, and appease Israel, you know, to try to shame the South African president who, you know, really, you know, looked at Trump for real being silly for this, because he knew that, you know, Trump knew better, you know, but, you know, he also, the South African president, he's there as a diplomat, and rather than roast Trump and act a fool, you know, he just rolled with it and just explained to him that, look, you know, hey, you know, this is not, you know, entirely accurate. If there was a real genocide taking place in South Africa, you know, these other people, like these white South African, you know, white folks, wouldn't be standing right there beside me. So it's, I definitely want to bring people, you know, to that particular, you know, fact.
And I agree with. I think he zoned out. I'll let somebody else speak. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What were you about to say?
I'm saying I agree, because I was a part of World Car that happened in South Africa, I think in 2023, where they did condemn Zionism. And they also condemned, where they demanded reparations from Europe and North America. The United States walked out of the conference, World Car conference. So yeah, definitely this is a way to get back at them. But also we got the chief beneficiaries are the white settlers. And again, this is not just a bone. This is Trump's base. He's not just giving verbal, you know, things to them. He's giving them material benefits. They got a chartered flight over here. They got housing. They got material support, and the solidarity that it builds around the world for white settler colonists in Australia and Canada as well. Interesting enough, in Israel. And you know, New Zealand and in South Africa. So in the United States, colonialism got a big boost from Trump.
Wait, let's get to something more important than what's going on in Israel and that war of thousands of people are dying. Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion. What next? Where are we at? Where do you want? Because Go ahead, big bro.
All right, we can touch on the Tory Lanez a little bit real quick. All right, so Megan Thee Stallion or Tory Lanez was stabbed up. I think, did y'all cover that last week on the Focus Up show? I don't remember.
Sure did. You sure did.
All
The
right,
brothers
so-
Johnson
Not
weren't there,
good
but we
enough,
did.
bro. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm here to correct it and say that I'm just playing. That was just a joke. All right, so there's been new evidence according to the lady senator from Florida. She brought forth new evidence which was presented to her by Amber Rose. Amber Rose brought it to her attention, and then she brought it to the court. And, what's up? What you laughing at? Nice guy.
You
What's
said
going on?
Amber Rose?
Amber Rose brought it to her attention.
They credible now. They credible
All right.
now. Somehow the women are credible now.
But
Go ahead,
listen,
now.
what it is,
Let
it's
him
the-
finish.
it's
him
the,
finish.
the bodyguard of Kelsey, Megan's best friend, the one that is purported to one that has shot her. I believe she shot her. She shot her, and what's the name? Tory Lanez did not shoot her. I don't believe he shot her. He never said he shot her. Kelsey never said he shot her. The only person that says that he shot her is Megan Thee Stallion. I listened to the whole deposition
Who got shot?
that Kelsey gave, and she never said she shot her. She said, when I looked up, Tory Lanez was from here and over there, and that's all. She just gave him a runaround, and she was ready to plead the fifth. So,
Okay, so who sent the text that said Tory shot Megan?
Tory shot Megan.
That happened immediately after. They said, what happened? Tory shot Megan. That wasn't Megan. You said nobody said it. Megan Thee Stallion's the only one that said shot it. And
That
this
is
dude literally said, he just said he heard her say, he said, I heard her say that she fired it 3 times, then the gun fell, and it fired 2 more times.
Who said that?
That's
the bodyguard.
That's the new evidence. The new evidence is that he said
yeah.
he overheard her say. He
To her
overheard
husband.
her say.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
To her
again,
husband.
And he didn't come to court. He
So
didn't come to court. Wait, hold on. He didn't come to court, and the trial is over. Now he's coming out. That's the clout chase, bro.
No, let me add some clarity, Mr. Walk. That's not this bodyguard wasn't the bodyguard who was in the car during the time. This is a bodyguard who was a bodyguard during the trial. He went to court with her, or he stayed just for a short time. He was a bodyguard for a short period of time, and he overheard her on the phone reliving the story with her husband. So this is not a bodyguard that was there. He just overheard her.
This is your
Tory,
best piece of
take your
evidence
punishment.
that Tory didn't do it. That's your, I mean,
Shot that girl.
I'm just saying they're going to present it to the governor to try to get him get it thrown out or get him removed freed from jail. So that's the only thing I'm looking at it, huh?
Who's doing this? Because the defense team is not doing this.
No, it was
Tory's
the Anna Luna, the Republican House of Senator from Florida. She's the one, and she's a part of the accountability committee. So that's because Cuomo asked her, "What you doing? Why are you dealing with this?" And she's
if the evidence was really, if it was really convincing or credible evidence, I would think that Tory's defense team would use that evidence to file a motion to reopen the case. I think Megan just dropped a 33 slide thing with evidence corroborating and showing that Tory did it. Like, he literally vocally admitted and apologized audibly. And then in the text, he said,
I'm sorry for shooting you?
Yeah, he said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that. My bad. I know you're going to hate me.
I'm sorry that I shot you. Or what
He
did he
wasn't saying
apologize?
I'm sorry for fucking your friend. I would have fucked her too. Like, he wasn't apologizing for that.
How do you know that's not what he was apologizing
I
for?
did. I'm sorry for what happened.
Man. Come on, man. This
He
is
could be
like
apologizing for anything.
A whole trial played out, and he basically got convicted. It was on the evidence. I'm telling you, it's when you got money, it's hard to convict a celebrity. I'm just saying it. It's just that brother. He had his day in court. This is not going to give him another day in court. That right there, that's not going to give him another day in court.
And I'm not saying this is
listen, wait, hold on. And you got stabbed up. He got stabbed in jail.
Guess
what? Guess who else was in jail? A lot of niggas, including me. It might happen. So you know what that means? Don't shoot bitches.
Ouch. So go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move forward. You want to do the just the tip? Just understand what you're talking about when you're talking about just the tip.
Yeah. So the pause.
Oh,
but yeah. So the Senate has agreed with Trump's proposition about as far as the not taxing the tips. So it's going to be tips and I think overtime actually that they're not going to tax. And a lot of people are saying that what you're cherry picking. Why don't you just bring down things universally for everybody as opposed to this little sort of like political grab? But at the end of the day, the Democrats were like, hey, this is a benefit to people, so they capitulated. But his big beautiful bill, this thing is being filed. That's not what I want to get in the last minute. Let's talk about this habeas corpus thing right quick. That's what we should be talking about.
Shit, we got
you got that video? Yeah, you got that video?
Yes.
Yeah, please play that video.
The White House Deputy Chief of Staff recently said that the Trump administration is actively looking at suspending habeas corpus. Last week you were asked about this, and I want to clarify your position because it's obviously really important to get this right. So, Secretary Noem, what is habeas corpus?
Well, habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to.
Let me stop you, ma'am. Habeas
right
corpus, excuse me, that's incorrect.
President
habeas
Lincoln
corpus,
used it.
Excuse me. Habeas corpus is the legal principle that requires that the government provide a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. If not for that protection, the government could simply arrest people, including American citizens, and hold them indefinitely for no.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Go ahead, Alpha Agnostic. I'm gonna give you the floor first, brother.
Oh man, honestly, it's hard to. Okay, like, man, I believe the United States is a police state. That's why there's a whole overabundance of police shows. Everyone has seen them. Like everyone since middle school, everyone has known what you have the right to remain silent. Anything you said can be held against you. You have the right to an attorney so that you have the right to a court or a judge to determine if your detention is lawful or not. That's like basic. It's not a presidential right. It's it's not even just a right of a citizenship. It's in the Human Rights Declaration. It's in the Declaration.
No, that's her job. She didn't know it. She didn't. Your job. You're enforcing that. That was a bad look. That was disgusting. But listen, and on Trump's behalf, I gotta say she's cute. She's pretty. That's why she got the job.
But Marco Rubio too is on the same. In the
Marco Rubio doing two things at once. Marco Rubio one of them.
Trump think he's pretty too.
Nah, that's little Marco.
I think all of them are pretty stupid.
Pretty stupid.
But just on a serious, the reason why they don't want to acknowledge that or deal with that is because they want to take away those rights from non-citizens and citizens. Like even though
then they was gonna blame her, but old girl put her on the spot and showed she don't know what the fuck she doing. We get it. She's the shit into the totem pole. Yeah, she's dumb as fuck. It was a bad choice, but it's for a reason. See, Trump is a gangster. It's like you got the fall guys. You got the fall guys. This ain't gonna take that case, and he gonna fall, and then I'm gonna be out the country like Diddy should have did. But he didn't have no co-conspirators, and he just left holding the bag of fucking baby oil.
Trump is a gangster, which means he's a criminal. He doesn't deserve to be where he is.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but he's exercising his power. He's showing what real power looks like. He's doing all these violations, and he asking them, just looking, what y'all gonna do to stop me? I'm about to grab this plane. Y'all gonna stop me? And nobody's stopping him because he put all the pieces in place. He got that idiot over the DOD, the idiot over the whatever committee you can think of, whatever organization, the FBI, CIA, Supreme Court.
Are we doing overtime? Are we doing overtime? We're doing overtime? Let's talk about this plane real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about the plane. Check this out.
Okay. Trump Trump is a gangster. Trump is a gangster. This is how people used to show respect to people who dominate them and who they need stuff from. They would bring them gifts. They would bring them gifts. Come on, bro. We know Genghis Khan. We know about these Caesar. Come on, bro. Julius Caesar. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what are all of them? This is a gift and you must accept it. And you showing like, yeah, okay, I got you. I'm going to pat you on your fucking head. Thanks for the fucking $1 billion plane. And this is what it is. That whole plane, they're going to have to deconstruct. They're basically going to take the whole plane apart again to make sure it's safe. Because I know a lot of Americans think like, what if they just plan and blow it up? Trump ain't stupid. They're going to basically going to be a new plane.
He's stupid.
This is dangerous.
It's basically
for
going
us
to be a new plane
because, again, we're moving in the direction of Project 25. You're putting all this power. We're going back to a king, as you said, a gangster, a king.
I heard Trump. I heard Project 25.
It's supposed to be a balance of power. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be guaranteed certain rights. That's fucked up. That's what makes him a dictator.
I heard Project 2025 since the election.
I've heard it many times.
You haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, you haven't been paying attention.
Okay,
what has happened with Project 2025?
Everything that Trump doesn't even know what's
going
going
back
on.
in the slavery.
Most of these executive orders.
One goal of Project 25 is unitary executive power, and that's exactly what Trump is doing. He's usurping the judicial. He's usurping the Congress. I'm the boss. I decide everything. It comes from me. Marco Rubio himself said, man, why we got to listen to the judges? They don't know. We know what to do. So that's exactly what they're implementing is Project 25.
It's a gift.
The whole getting rid of the education
was a gift. Just like the Statue of Liberty was a gift to America.
Yeah, to America, like but not to the president.
That's America, baby. He's our president.
No.
You want him to be or not.
Walk. You're incorrect.
They got laws against this.
Wait. This plane is not a gift to America. This plane is a gift to Trump because when he steps down, it goes to his presidential. It goes to his whatever. It's his. It's not.
What is it? The presidential something?
Yeah, museum or something like that. Yeah, it's Trump's thing. It's Trump's thing. It's not going to be used for nobody else. It's Trump.
It's going to be used for Air Force One.
During Trump's presidency, if it gets completed during it,
our president of the United States of America, where we all four of us on the train live.
It's not.
It's not a brand new plane either.
It's supposed to be a president, not a king. That was the whole. If you read the Declaration of Independence, like Trump knows nothing about the Declaration of Independence when he was questioned. It's a beautiful document. It's lovely. No, it's a secessionist document. It's a document that says "fuck kings." That's what the Declaration of Independence is about. Now, Trump is pulling us back.
Take a gift from a prince or whatever. Yeah, it says it really specifically. You can't take a gift from a prince or whatever. It's just it's very clear in there. Yep, he did a whole bunch of criminal, terrible things. Yeah,
that's not good.
Wait. We talking about this plane. Where's the uproar? Where are you, nice guy? Where are you, brother agnostic? Protesting. Where are you guys? Where is it? Where are
what's the point of protesting? I mean, if you give me a plane, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna say, listen. It's not legal. I'm gonna tell you this.
It's legal.
It's not legal. It's literally in the Constitution. You can't accept something from a prince. It's black and white. It's literally the law. But he's gonna do it, and he can make it whatever. But I'm just saying, it's not legal. It's just basically.
It is legal.
It's not. You can scream and yell.
You're crazy.
There's a big.
You can say it a million times. It doesn't make it legal.
There's anti-Trump protests and rallies in over 100 cities, and there's a big one coming up on June the 14th, which is his birthday, and the day he decided to have the military parade. So there's a lot of there's a counter protest to that that's happening on the same day. So I think these things take time, but the resistance against Trump is building. I'm going to be a part of that.
Celebrate your birthdays.
Hey, I don't like the name of that protest. No King's Day. Listen, and then I like my last name. My last name is King.